Hello. I've been expecting you. Hey, what's up you guys? Hope you're all having a good day. Now today's video we are going to be having a look at the 2020 New Zealand general election. So the first thing that we need to look at before we get into the results is we have to understand how the system works. Now the system that New Zealand uses is called mixed member proportionate. Means that every New Zealander has two votes. They have one for their electorate, so who represents them in Parliament, and the second vote which goes to what party that you want to vote for. So the New Zealand Parliament is made up of 120 seats. 72 come from electorates, some of which are Maori electorates, which only people of Maori descent can vote in, and that is an opt-in policy. And then 48 come from party lists, which means that so before every election, each party releases a list of MPs and they make up the rest of the parliament. So first up, Labour won 49% of the vote, and that means that they got a total of 64 seats. Now 43 of which were won in the electorates and 21 coming from the list. National won 26% of the vote, won 26 electorates, and will get 9 seats from the list, making up a total of 35 seats. Which got 8% of the vote and have 10 seats. They won 1 electorate, which was Epsom, which traditionally goes to ACT, and the Greens, who got 10 seats and won the electorate of Auckland Central. Then there's also the Maori Party, who got in with 1 seat. However, this cannot be assumed yet, or rather I should say all results are currently with a little bit of an asterisk, as not all votes have been counted. Right, so the question is, what does this mean? Well, firstly, we have some winners and some losers. Obviously, the major winner of the 2020 election was Labour, and that's because they won in an absolute landslide. In fact, Labour can govern alone. Since MMP was introduced, every government has been a coalition government, which means that one of the major parties has had to team up with some of the minor parties. However, Labour can do this alone, so that is a big win for Labour. Also, another big win for Labour is the fact that Labour won a lot of the electorate seats that were traditionally national seats. Another big winner has to be ACT, with the fact that they've jumped from 1 seat to 10 seats, so that is a massive win for ACT, whom are definitely probably the most right-wing party that we have here in New Zealand, and are very much a libertarian party. The big losers obviously would be National, with a massive drop in seats and in party support, losing a lot of their support to ACT, and also losing a lot of their support to Labour with the more centrist voters. National also have had the disadvantage of being in a relatively weak position. They had three leaders in the last year, I believe, and also they had also a disadvantage of coming up against what is a very popular government, and that came to one of Labour's strengths, was the fact that they had the rally around the flag effect, in that we had COVID, we had the Christchurch massacre, and we also had the White Island eruptions, and during all these events in Ardern's popularity, rally around the flag effects. In other countries as well, a good example is with Bush. After the 9/11 attacks, his approval ratings went up as well. Another thing as well is that there hasn't been a one-term government in a very long time. And so we can probably predict another term, another subsequent term in 2023 for this Labour government. However, whether it will be as a comprehensive victory will remain to be seen. Going back to the losers, however, one of the biggest losers, of course, was New Zealand First, in that they are now completely out of Parliament, losing their Northland seats that they previously held, as well as ducking under the 5% threshold that is required for these minor parties to get a seat in Parliament. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to give it a thumbs up. Drop down your thoughts down below in the comments. What did you make of this election? And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I make videos whenever I can, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.